of the Master's Social Work student interns here at the agency, and I appreciate you coming in today. We're just going to begin. I'm going to ask you a few questions during our assessment to kind of see, what brings you in today and how I can better help you, okay? So we've already got all the initial paperwork over with, so let me just go ahead and ask what brings you into the office today.
Well, in my life, I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of nervousness in social interactions. Sometimes I'm just feel out of place and out of touch, and I want to know how I can better deal with that and get more situated in my own skin and feel comfortable with myself.
So what I hear you saying is that when you're in certain types of situations, you're feeling anxiety-like type of symptoms?
Yeah, I would call it that. Anxiety is a good word.
Okay. When you are feeling this anxiety, what are some of the physical symptoms that you're experiencing?
Sometimes I'll feel kind of hot or kind of clenching in a sort of way.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're clenching or when you feel hot, what's going through your mind?
Wanting out of the situation, wanting a sort of a way to get away, basically. I just kind of see flashing red and I want to escape.
You want to escape, you see flashing red, you're feeling uncomfortable, clenching. That's what I hear you saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so, is there any thoughts running through your mind when you're experiencing these symptoms?
If I have any thoughts, it's just usually self-doubt or incompetence, just overall nervousness.
And that thought of self-doubt and incompetence, do you feel that when you're in groups of other people, or do you feel that when you're alone?
I usually feel it in groups of people that I don't know very well.
Okay. So when you're in groups of people that you do know very well, do you feel that way?
To a lesser extent.
Okay. And this feeling of incompetence, of feeling that you're not at the level of the other people, is that what I hear you saying? Where do you think that stems from?
I guess I haven't given much thought to that. I don't know. Maybe it's a comparative thing. Maybe I don't feel up to par in the group that I'm referring to, or that I feel nervous with interacting with.
So I don't know if you're familiar with cognitive behavioral therapy.
I'm not.
And so it's going to be kind of a way of challenging and looking at those core beliefs that we have. The core belief that you have of feeling lesser than when you're around other people. I want you to kind of challenge that together and kind of see where that stems from, and maybe help you identify, things that reinforce that belief. I'd like you to kind of explain to me why you feel that is true. Give me specific examples of why you think that you're less competent than others when you are in social setting.
I don't know. I don't feel as comfortable by comparison to my own skin. Don't feel like I function like other people do. Something tells me that I'm out of place and that I'm out of touch.
Okay, I hear you. And so we have our emotional mind, we have our rational mind, and somewhere in between we have our wise mind. I don't know if you've heard this before. So I hear your feelings, your emotions, they're valid, and you get to have those. Do you have any facts that would show that you're less competent than the other people that you're around? Or are those just feelings you're experiencing?
I guess I don't have fully any facts to base them in. They're more just personal feelings and personal hunches that I get.
Okay. Take, for example, with our emotional mind, our feelings may be hurt because somebody said something that we perceived as being rude. And so our emotional mind says, that person doesn't like me. That person thinks I'm less than. Maybe I shouldn't be around. Our rational mind says, okay, that person had a bad day. They're grumpy. Actually has nothing to do with my ability of being a nice person or not being a nice person. And so that's our rational mind. And we're never really functioning out of rational mind or out of emotional mind. We kind of, our wise mind kind of lies somewhere in between. And so I hear you that your feelings, you feel that you're less than, that you're not worthy of them, but I haven't really heard any from you some concrete facts or examples that would prove that those emotions, but it does not mean that you're not experiencing them, that they're not valid. And so if you were thinking about it from a different perspective now, not sitting in a group of people that you don't know, just you and I here together alone, right? What would you say to perhaps a friend of yours that would say, hey, I don't like being in large groups of people because I feel less than when I'm around them? What would you tell that friend? What are some facts that you could tell them?
That I could tell them to feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I would tell them that there's no real pressure to make an impression on anyone. That they're good being themselves. That it's okay. I
Okay.
guess.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, could you tell them that perhaps maybe when they're in a group of people that they don't know, that it's not that they are actually less than, it's just that they haven't got to know those people yet. So maybe what they're experiencing is just, just fear because they're not familiar with their surroundings. Could that be a possibility?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Definitely, this is something that's going to take time. So we'll have to sit here together, weekly to continue to work on this and continue to challenge those core beliefs that you've had around, the feelings where your anxiety is stemming from. It's not anything that's going to happen overnight. Um, but again, so have you spoke to a doctor at all? Have you ever sought any type of medication for symptoms of anxiety?
No, I've never consulted a doctor or been on any medication for what I'm experiencing.
Have you ever tried mindfulness techniques, deep breathing exercises, anything like that before?
I guess I have tried some mindful meditation, just uh, daily mindfulness techniques, just trying to realize where I'm at in the moment and not get so caught up in, the burden of the day-to-day grind type of thing. But
Does it help?
sometimes yes, some other times, it
Can
goes out of the window and doesn't really apply.
can you talk to me about those times where it doesn't really apply?
I just get so caught up in the fervor of, you know, the same old stuff, being caught in my emotions, being caught in my thoughts, that I forget about my base or my ground.
So you kind of forget about what's actually going on, what you may know to be true or may not know to be true. You get kind of caught up in these feelings that you're less than, you don't belong here, you don't feel comfortable with these other people. Is that what I'm hearing you saying?
Yeah, I would put it like that.
Okay, absolutely. Has there ever been a time where you've been put in a place where you're in a social situation and somebody's actually said something to you, hey, you don't fit in here, or have you ever put yourself out there and been made to feel less than?
I can't remember a time that it was very clearly put to me in that straightforward of a way, but um, other times, yes, I have felt like I put myself out there and was in some way rejected or denied in some sort of social setting.
Okay, so you do have some experiences where you have been rejected or denied. Can you talk to me a little bit more about that?
Um, it's just an overall feeling of not fitting in. Sometimes, whether with a new group of people, maybe that I don't know, or even peers at work or something like that.
So it's a feeling. Nobody's actually said
No,
anything.
no one's ever actually said that, but like I said, the times that I have felt rejection were in the form of me putting myself out there and then feeling that not fully reciprocated or not fully recognized or
When's the last time you were in a social situation?
um, I guess I was at a party um, just about a week ago.
Okay. Um, and at this party, how long did you stay?
I was there for probably 5 hours or so.
And did you meet new people?
Yeah, I met a lot of new people. It was pretty much all new people.
Did you get along with those people or did they reject you?
I got along with them. Um, there was just a certain point where I still felt out of touch with myself, and that anxiety started to creep in. I couldn't really get along or move myself to maintain conversations with them.
So even though you were in that setting and you put yourself out there, you met those new people and they were nice to you, you still felt that.
Yes.
I think that's a good starting place for us today. I definitely want to continue to build upon this when we meet next week. And again, I just want to thank you for coming in so much for your
Okay.
time.
Thank you.
Yes, same place, same time next week.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you so much.